to protect these bases and to protect the...
He was like saying how, guys, I'm just letting you know, like, down, like I would get prepared, and like he was saying all sorts of like kind of alarmist. Obviously it's the internet, don't know how valid it was, but like, you know, outside looking in, it looked pretty legit.
No, Bill. Is it falling? We are getting closer to learning more about what these drones are and where they've come from.
Man, there's still so many questions in regards to these drones and orbs, which are now being referred to as plasmoids, and I'm pretty sure majority of us haven't even really came to a conclusion as to where these things are coming from, especially these plasmoids. This video could help, because in this video there's going to be multiple examples of where these things could have came from, both the drones and the plasmoids. So I hope y'all ready. Let's watch.
That's the freaking answer. So these are called plasmoids, and the drones are actually probably government drones chasing these plasmoids, and they don't want us to know how important these are. These are magic.
And it's all about these geometric shapes and plasmoids. And I've now only, after digging into science, realized that that's really what these orbs are, is a plasmosphere. So whoever had sent me this, and they basically say, like, this power is unlimited.
Have you heard the theory behind orbs, aka plasmoids? Take a listen.
Okay, plasma is the fourth state of matter. It is in plasma balls, it is lightning, it is ionized gas. This can create fluorescence, which is in the aurora borealis, lightning, fluorescent light, neon light. Plasma is also the sun.
Well, wow, we can almost explain everything that we're seeing here now. We can say that this is a field of plasma, this ball. It's non-radiating barrier, the edge of it, is basically where the magnetic field stops. They're basically shielding the zero-point energy in front of the orb, which allows it to just flow freely. This is all about free energy.
So basically these plasmoids have literally been studied by the government since the 50s, and now they're appearing in our atmosphere instead of just space where they can be hidden away. Plasma will have to do with how we travel in the future. It will have to do with interdimensional communication. It's going to have to do with healing cancer. It's going to have to do with cleaning the air, and these things are already happening. It has to do with us being able, when we interdimensionally travel, we're probably going to be using these same kind of things in the future.
At this point, I've heard a few different creators talk about these plasmoids and how they will be basically tools that will aid us in the up and coming future. But that's just one theory. There are a multitude of other reasons in regards to what people believe the real truth behind these appearances of these plasmoids. Let's listen.
This is it for us. As scientists have confirmed, thousands of world-ending biblical creatures are now out of hiding, and everything we know about religion is coming true. People were terrified after one man on a plane noticed the plasmoids in the sky were not only bright, but humming, moving, changing color, and exploding, exactly as it was written in the Bible since day one. And our planet is gearing up for a supernatural biblical ending with the date potentially already set. In Luke 21:25, the Bible mentions that the sign of end times would be in the sky, mentioning celestial disturbances, with people saying that the recent plasmoids are doing exactly that. With haunting footage showing just how many of them exist throughout the world now, to even government drones going near it and completely crashing out, and even one woman recording it getting seemingly angry when she mentions Jesus and God.
Can you talk to me? Can you hear me? Jesus loves me. Oh, you know Jesus.
It's important to note a lot of these sightings are likely from the camera playing tricks, and we might all just be fine.
It's funny how in this video, when the guy talked about the woman mentioning Jesus Christ's name, that the orb got angry, when in other videos that I've seen, you know, that perception is different. It's a more of a positive one. It's like the orb heard Jesus and it heard something that is connected to. It's quite interesting to see all the different ideas in regards to what these things could possibly mean. Let's watch.
Okay, if you want your mind completely blown open by these plasmoids, I'm about to explain why they're literally a symbol of the divine feminine. They are carrying conscious life forms inside of them, higher intelligences that are visiting us, that have messages for us, and I'm going to tell you how to listen to them. Hang on, this is going to be a very wild deep dive. Okay, so we're pretty clear by now that the drones are probably not higher intelligences because they would not use earthly drones, but these drones are chasing and studying these plasmoids because they have messages for us that will kind of upset capitalism. This might sound a little woo-woo, but these balls of plasma, these plasmoids, are literally here to give us messages to make humanity better, to improve humanity. They are benevolent. They are not to be feared.
Well,
Plasmoids. Plasmoids, as it says here, are donut or toroidal-shaped clusters of net protons or net electrons that once captured and placed into a toroidal orbit are capable of absorbing, storing, and releasing enormous amounts of energy within their self-generated and structured electromagnetic containment field. Plasmoids, in effect, function as an atomic battery that can be self-charging due to its ability to convert matter to available clean energy. So it's a lot to get into, and I think it would take us kind of off what we're here to talk about today.
At least what's promising is that there is some, at least, research or understanding.
And it's actually quite mature at this point. And in order to avoid the kinds of fate that befell Tesla and Reich, Robert Oppenheimer, Victor Schauberger, and so many others that were working in these fields, all kind of converging on this same insight. It's been conducted in secret. The laboratory that they've been developing this is in the Maldives, so that it's been immune from government interference. And now I think it's about ready to go to the next
level. I can imagine level was about to be the next word that was going to come out of his mouth. But to think about that, right, that there's an entity out there, or should I say an organization, where they are working on these reusable, renewable energy sources, and I don't know if some released out into the world and now we have these plasma balls in the sky, or if they deliberately did them. But that would make sense as to why the government is sending these drones up in the sky to try to do some reconnaissance on what these orbs are and figure out where they're coming from. Because if they are potential sources of free energy, then there's somebody out there that is trying to do good by us, and the government is not trying to have that. Let's entertain the idea for a second that these orbs are some sort of energy that is also life, because these things are living. They're living energy that, if harnessed, could be used for sustainable energy. Of course, our government is going to do everything in their power to gain access to these orbs, rather it be to end them, shut them down, destroy them, or harness them for their energy themselves. What do y'all think?
What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this? Why are they over a cemetery? Hey, y'all better get right with God, man. Y'all get right with God, bro. Oh my God, the cops are down there saying go back to your house, bro. Yes, come here. Look at this shit. The cops are down here saying we have to go back to our houses because they don't want us to film it. Yo, something big is finna fuck
their lives or have been badly hurt to protect the secret. Our hands had no part in this. We contacted your leaders because your planet is in grave trouble. Your leaders said the vast majority of your population wasn't ready for anything like us yet. So we made time agreements with your leaders as to when your people would be made aware of our presence. You have an overwhelming amount of nuclear and biological weapons, which include nuclear and biological contamination. Warning, it is almost to the point of being too late. There are better ways of deriving energy and food needs without causing your planet any damage. Those in power are aware of this.
It's only speculation that that was an actual message left to us by aliens. But if it was indeed, then it just goes to show you that they have our interests at heart better than our own government does. Just looking at the comments from this video, it's very clear that now more than ever, the people of this country do not trust the government. Look at this one. Speaking to our leaders was their first mistake. Don't talk to our leaders, they are all corrupt. Show to us and you will know humanity. Our leaders would rather destroy the world than to let people live equally and happy. Wait, aliens are more human than our corporations? I want to change teams. Sign me up. Beam me up too. I'm ready to go. Look at this comment right here. Got almost 900 likes. Please help us, aliens. I swear, if the aliens do come, that they actually do come to help us. This is what I want to happen if the aliens do come. And look, this idea just came to mind, so don't buy too much into it. I'm not even buying too much into it. I'm just sharing this crazy thought that just popped in my head. If the aliens do come, I hope they come for good. I hope they come to help us, and I hope they take over the government. And I'm not talking about the reptilians that might already be in government. I'm talking about some actual kind-hearted extraterrestrials that want better for us, because they might find some sort of use for us in a good way. Rather it be collaborated on a greater cause, whatever it may be, I hope they come and take over our government and fix everything. Everything that we're doing wrong, they need to fix it. Get rid of all the nukes. Get rid of all the bad food that's causing harm to all the citizens of the world. Get rid of the pesticides and have another alternative. Maybe greenhouse the entire planet. I don't know, but we need help. Please. Help us.
There's no clouds.
Quiet.
That's
Look
a
at it.
UFO,
Look at it.
dude.
Look at it on the camera. It's like a dome.
That's a UFO.
Quiet.
What the? Like literally,
Look
dude,
at that
that's
thing.
weird in the sky right there.
Dude,
Dude, are we watching a comet or shooting star falling?
No, that's not moving quick enough. There's no tail. That's a UFO.
There's no blue or
Look,
red light.
something's coming off.
What the?
Whoa, bro.
Coming right here.
Like that. It's like an aura coming off. I've never seen anything like it. I got my video on it too. We all are going to video this shit. What the is that?
Dude, this is nuts.
Look at the glow around it.
Look how the light's going off in two sides,
Oh, look, it's moving. Look at the lights are moving around it. What the fuck?
It's hovering.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I see that.
Look, it's going up. It's taking off. No way. What the fuck?
What the fuck? It just went out to space.
What
It just went out to space.
What the fuck?
It just went out to space.
What the fuck?
Holy
oh my. Hey guys, Vandenberg could have launched something.
As you were saying,
That could have been
as you
Vandenberg.
were saying, no aliens.
No way.
Bro, that's
No.
One of the coolest things about this clip is that these guys all witnessed this together. They sound like a bunch of friends hanging out by a campfire. You can hear the crackling of the flames in the background. They all witnessed this thing together. They're going to all have this story to tell. They're going to be like, man, remember that night we were outside at the campfire and we saw that UFO in the sky? And they actually have it on camera as well. And they also have very convincing footage to back their claims as well. At first I thought it could have been some sort of orb. One of the guys mentioned that it had what looked like was an aura around it. And that kind of aligns with what we know in regards to these orbs. Unless whoever or whatever entity that put these orbs out here, unless they have the ability to make them things go up to space, that could have just as well been a UFO, or UAP as they call it now.
People in Alexandria, Egypt thought this was the moon in the sky until it started getting larger. People in Alexandria, Egypt thought this was the moon in the sky until it started getting larger and changing color. This is near the pyramids of Giza, and it was spotted on Sunday around 6 a.m., and it lasted for a total of 5 minutes. This pink orb grew to be so large that people even in Libya could see it and were taking pictures. Here, look. This is another view of the glowing pink orb in the sky. Number one, what the fuck is this? Number two, why is it near the pyramids of Giza? I have a whole theory on that. But let's keep talking about this orb. And it's not just photos that we have of this glowing pink orb exploding in the sky. The fuck? The orb eventually turned into a cloud of smoke or vapor, whatever you want to fucking call this, and the witnesses said that it looked like an explosion with no sound, and that it had a solid white light in the middle of it. And after the 5 minutes of it just chilling in the sky, it was gone. Now, this very well could just be one of HAARP's projects in the ionosphere, or one of SpaceX's launch leaving residual energy. But if you'll remember correctly, plasma bubbles were spotted over the Pyramid of Giza not too long ago as well. Are they coming back to where they started?
I'm going to go ahead and say something that for some odd reason a lot of people aren't talking about anymore, and that's the fact that this whole thing could be a part of Project Bluebeam. And for those of you that don't know what Project Bluebeam is or forgot, it is a conspiracy theory that...
What's your guys' thoughts on this?
Now, he mentioned Bethany don't know enough about what's going on in the skies. They need to be...
SUV-sized drones in New Jersey. For weeks, New Jersey residents have been raising the alarm about mysterious drones in the sky. No one seems to know exactly what they are or where they're coming from.
This one is extremely low, it's loud, and it's huge. It's so big.
Started to head towards the drone, quarter-mile out or so. My drone stops. I look at my controls, spins, dead, battery, goes to the ground. The other drones were still in the air.
Alien sightings are no longer just science fiction.
What?
They're actually happening right now. From military pilots to citizens, thousands are reporting extraordinary encounters that challenge everything we thought we knew about our outer space neighbors. Let's watch the most convincing ET moments.
What the what is that?
A few weeks back, people on the busy streets of New York witnessed a scene that seemed straight out of a movie. A massive flying saucer appeared in the sky, its lower part glowing with a bluish light. Adding to the mystery, it emitted a streak of light that reached down toward a nearby building. Watching a massive saucer above their heads, they thought it might be an alien attempt to abduct humans for research or observation. No one knows what happened next, as the video abruptly ended, leaving people wondering, is the person recording the sight safe, or did they become a target of the New York UFO? Iran disc. On May 26, 2024, over the city of Tehran, Iran, a mysterious object was spotted flying through the night sky. It had strange green orbs of light glowing from its bottom, creating an otherworldly scene. A UFO? Locals watched in wonder as the craft moved effortlessly, almost as if it owned the sky. The green lights appeared to pulse rhythmically, leading some to believe they could be signals to other alien beings waiting in space. Whether this was an attempt at communication or a sign of something bigger remains unknown. If you ever see such lights in the sky, it might be wise to stay alert. Perhaps it's a signal we are yet to understand. Sea Collector. A video uploaded online quickly became the center of attention. Want to know why? It showed a giant craft hovering above a piece of land in the sea. It resembled UFO, those we've seen in movies. But this time, it was real, right before our eyes. A strange blue light was shining from its bottom. Then, something even more bizarre happened. The craft appeared to collect shiny objects, or maybe water, pulling it up into the UFO. It could be studying Earth, or checking if it's suitable for them to live here. With more sightings like this expected in the near future, make sure to hold on tight. Things are about to get even more mysterious. Desert lights. A video filmed in Egypt in the early 2000s has gained popularity recently. It shows bizarre crafts with glowing lights beneath them during the evening. One craft, when it flew overhead, appeared to resemble a star or a flower. Along with these crafts, some white discs were also seen in the sky. The scene made it seem as though a group of aliens had taken over Egypt. Unfortunately, the video ends abruptly, leaving viewers wondering what happened next. What do you think? Let me know. Hidden crafts. In 2022, a hiker on a mountaintop in the USA witnessed an extraordinary sight. Two crafts were hovering still in the daytime sky. One was enormous, and the other smaller, both surrounded by a belt of glowing white lights. These were UFOs. It seemed like the aliens might have been preparing to land on the mountaintop, but after being noticed, they slowly faded away and disappeared into the sky. It was as if they were trying to remain hidden, only to retreat when spotted for now. Spinning signals. On April 14, 2019, a passenger aboard an airplane saw a giant spinning craft resembling a frisbee flying near the plane. Its upper part displayed a strange, flourish-like pattern, adding to its bizarre appearance. What made it even more unsettling was that the craft appeared to emit glowing orb-like balls, as if sending signals or warnings toward the pilot, signals that couldn't be decoded. In a flash, the mysterious craft sped away into the distance, leaving the passengers stunned. It's safe to say that this was a flight the passenger would never forget. Perhaps it's time we pay closer attention to what shares the skies with us. Cloud portal. One evening, a group of friends looked to the sky, but what they saw left them speechless. As they looked up over the dark clouds, they saw a giant round object flying across the sky. Surrounding it was a shield-like structure, and that object appeared to be moving in it. The sight resembled a planet, complete with a ring as it moved steadily in the sky. It was unmistakably a UFO. The unusual event made me think that the clouds might have been some sort of portal to outer space, providing a gateway for it to pass through. Fiery orbs. Not everything glowing in the sky at night is a shooting star. Residents on a road in the middle of the night witnessed multiple glowing streaks or orbs of light resembling fireballs moving across the sky. There were many of them, and they seemed to be part of something larger. These could be UFOs gathering together for a big mission on Earth, or some kind of missile launch. What are they, and what's their purpose? Waiting for the authorities to tell its true nature and intentions. Mountain visitor. A farmer in the mountain green landscape saw an unusual thing flying in the distance. At first, he thought it was a bird or a drone, but as it got closer, he realized it was far too large, like a UFO. It was black and silver, resembling the typical alien crafts.